We have the crowd already excited, clapping, cheering, and there she is.
Sit down, Doc. She's not giving you a bracelet. Izzy Moreno making her way to the ring. Just one member of the three-woman tag team. You're going to see on one side of the ring, it's going to be her, Michel, and Vibez. Taking on Kalientita, Celine, Hysteria, and Ridley, Thorne. Doc, how are you feeling about Izzy's chances and her team in this match?
I don't need a bracelet to tell you this. I know for a fact that she's going to win out and do great. Oh, her positive energy is getting us pumped up, and the next partner in her team is coming out here, and we don't know yet. The Queen of Hybrid screaming through the curtains, making sure we all know our bubbly personality, Izzy Moreno, and our resident queen showing us that they are ready to go and they're happy to be here.
They're going to need a little bit more than just being happy to be here, but thankfully, Vibez, well-traveled competitor, multiple titles to her credit in her wrestling career, and they've got one more joining them.
Oh, we got the balls coming in here.
Introduce myself. My name is
Our superstar coming out with her crown in her hand right now. She is the first hybrid women's superstar here. She's holding her prize well up for you to see. Bask in it, Mike, because she's going to show you how it's done.
As she should, Michel. I'm right there with you, Doc. I will give her all the credit in the world. The inaugural hybrid women's champion and the only hybrid women's champion has defeated all comers to come after that belt, including Vibez.
We're going to see if these three are going to be able to put their skills together, knowledge, to stay in this, to get through, because we got some three women that are coming out and they're upset, angry, spicy. Stop moving, Mike. This isn't what we needed you to do.
I will not stop moving, Doc. And you can't make me.
We got Kalientita and las cholas, las jainas of the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Oh, yeah, whatever. Come on.
What do you mean? Kalientita, everybody else can make their entrance, but you take offense to this one. Okay, Doc, we're already showing your favoritism. I see how this one's going to go, too. As we see Kalientita and Ridley, Thorne, and the debut of Celine Hysteria, the third member of this tag team.
Spicy trio.
The mild spicy. Doc, you're being disrespectful right out the gate. We haven't even started yet. These three, I don't know why you're trying to downsell them already. I mean, look at these three. Kalientita already making her name here at RCW, and Mission Pro Wrestling is making her name well known to everybody here. And let's not even talking about the big powerhouse Ridley, Thorne, the frankly unhinged Celine Hysteria, as it breaks down right off the bat. All six of these women just slugging it out in the middle of the ring. Vance Jackson, he's not even here. Wish he was. Floyd Curl.
Oh, God. And you have to call him out.
Thank you, Vance.
Good
Thank
Lord.
you for getting some control over the situation. Him and Floyd Curl trying to establish order.
I agree with you on one thing. These three are definitely unhinged.
Well, you should agree with me on all things, but that's okay. I'm only going to hold that against you slightly.
Let's go. Let him go. Let him go. Let's see. Let's make this happen.
I'm with you. Let him go.
Vance Jackson. Oh, just get that man out of the ring.
Oh, stop it. What, you would have had to just let it break down? You would have just had chaos in the middle of the ring instead of an actual wrestling match?
Come on. Floyd Curl had control of this.
Yeah, I could tell. As As we seem to get underway, Kalientita and Izzy Moreno starting to get off for their respective teams.
Oh, Izzy looks upset, angry, fired up. And look, Kalientita, of course, always doesn't want to get involved. Yeah.
It's all mind games, Doc. Kalientita is taking advantage of the inexperience of Izzy Moreno, going for the fake out, throwing her off of her game this early in the match. And right there, Celine Hysteria coming in, making her hybrid debut.
Well, right now, she's relatively unknown to the hybrid fans, and she's here to make her mark. But does she know that Izzy Moreno already has done that? From a very young age, Izzy Moreno has been showing her skill, her prowess, her intelligence, her mental stability.
Her mental stability, yes, good for her. Izzy Moreno got on TV when she was a kid and has managed to swing that in some wrestling training. I'm very happy for her, and I'm glad that she's in this match. But if she's taking this as likely as she seems to be right now, she's going to be in for a rude awakening from one of these three women, potentially all three, by the end of this match.
We're going to see what Celine Hysteria can do, because Izzy is really good at playing mind games. She's always underestimated, but she usually comes on top because she uses that to her advantage. She makes sure that she doesn't put too much on the table for everybody else to see, but once you get her in one position, she finds a way to put you in another and get that lock in.
Oh, Izzy Moreno, she's going for the Izzy bar early, flipping Celine Hysteria over.
And Floyd Curl taking control, sending Kalientita out.
As he should. Good on Floyd Curl. But props to Kalientita saving that for her team. If Izzy Moreno would have got that Izzy bar locked in, that would have been a wrap.
But as I was telling you, that's the joy of being underestimated. You know how to come back from that, and you always surprise your opponent. And here comes Key Vibez and Kalientita. At Heartbreakers 2, Key Vibez pretty angry that Kalientita was trying to use the rules to her advantage and bend them way too far, and now she's coming into a situation. She's going to have to figure herself out in this one.
Let's just take over by Key Vibez, sends Kalientita back into her corner. Luckily for her, she tags out, making a smart decision, I think, getting out of the way, take Key Vibez off her game, Celine Hysteria back in.
And she's basically running a seminar on Celine. Key Vibez showing her why it's always good to respect the vibes. Ooh.
Almost like a sling blade driving Celine's head down to the mat, only gets a 2.
Celine Hysteria's seeing stars just as much as Key Vibez is dishing him out, because she has made the tag, and here comes Michel. We have a tag team.
A double flapjack. I noticed you're not calling foul on this one, Doc, as Michel and Key Vibez are both in there with a double flapjack to Celine Hysteria. It's okay, I'll assume that outrage was internal.
Floyd Curl allowed it, therefore it was okay. Ooh. Big knife edge chop right into Celine. She's getting schooled here by the boss.
I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Michel laying in those knife edge chops. Celine Hysteria takes her over to the corner and gets the boot right in the chest. Good Lord, Michel taking no prisoners.
Damn.
As that big lariat takes out Celine Hysteria. 1, 2, not enough.
She made sure to give the other two a little taste of what's in store for them. Kalientita and Ridley Thorne watching on as Michel goes to work, and Celine escapes, brings back Kalientita.
Kalientita coming in, gets caught with the leg sweep. Michel only a 1 count. I do think you were absolutely on the money there, Doc. Michel was about to swing that big lariat, but Kalientita coming in, but still catches a sidewalk slam for her trouble. Manages to get up before Michel can go for the pin, but Doc, I don't think that's going to stop the hybrid women's champion for very long.
Mike, this is a meeting waiting to happen. There were some things that Michel needed to make sure Kalientita understood, and she's making her understand now.
Oh, Celine Hysteria, how about that? That's a partner you want right there, taking advantage of the moment. Celine Hysteria driving Michel's head into the turnbuckle. Kalientita goes for the pin, just a 2 count.
And not quite, because she has underestimated the fact that she is up against a woman who has traveled all over Texas, and she has traveled all over the United States at this point. We're going from experience to mild sweetness.
Mild sweetness. I thought you were one of Callie's big supporters. What happened, Doc?
I don't like spicy.
Kalientita drops the elbow. Michel seeing her fortunes really turn around this match. Now on the receiving end of all this punishment by Kalientita.
Kalientita taking Gia taking her for a ride down into the mat, face first. Both women down. They're going to have to get themselves over to their corner. their opponents really itching to get back in. Their partner's really trying to get that tag. Izzy Moreno has her hand in. And here we have, look at that, Kalientita really struggling. Finally, Ridley Thorne gets tagged in, but she's in store for some huge payback from Izzy Moreno as she throws elbows, forearms, ooh, and a big swift kick right up into her face.
Ridley Thorne, the big powerhouse of this group, gotta think she was not ready for all this fire coming out of Izzy Moreno. All business as she charges in, the big shoulder tackle. Ridley Thorne catches it in the corner, following up with that big elbow. Doc, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Izzy right now. She's fierce on the attack. She's got to keep this up if she's going to pick up the victory, though. And that's the question. She's going up for it.
She's going up for it. Is this going to be, she's looking around. Floyd curl. She came back down. Okay, she's biding her time.
I think Izzy, I think she was going for that Sparks Fly crossbody out the corner that she likes to hit. Ridley Thorne, too smart for her already. And hear about this, the power on display. Ridley Thorne just carrying Izzy Moreno into the backbreaker across her knee.
Izzy Moreno, she's going to have to shake that off as she does to get back in the game. She kicks out. Ooh, and there's really still working her back. That spine is taking a lot of damage. Now her face in the turnbuckle.
Ridley Thorne, just a house of fire. She's yelling at everybody who's in the way. Izzy Moreno, I think she was yelling at Celine for a second there as this brute of a woman just on the attack. Celine Hysteria takes a snapmare, takes over Izzy Moreno. Just this reverse chin lock, Doc. How about this? Celine Hysteria just jaw-jacking with the opposing team in the corner, almost daring them to get involved as she just locks Izzy Moreno down the opposing corner.
She's making wishes that she knows she doesn't want if she continues with this. Izzy Moreno throws her fist right into the gut, trying to break some ribs, but she's having a hard time staying out of the, look at this. My goodness.
Celine Hysteria with a standing octopus stretch into an abdominal stretch might be what she's going for here. Whatever you want to call it, it's a world of hurt for Izzy Moreno.
Now, I'll give her that. She's got some technical prowess, but she's underestimating Izzy as she really works the legs and tries to get out of this hold, and she's back on the mat. Come on, Izzy, kick out.
She's underestimating. Which part is she underestimating of Izzy right now, Doc? As she drops that big elbow onto Izzy Moreno. Izzy's this newcomer who thought she was going to come in and just run the whole gamut here at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Celine Hysteria, Ridley Thorne, Kalientita took offense to that, and that's what led to what you're seeing right here. Izzy Moreno in the middle of the ring, pain on her face as Celine Hysteria is about to just break her in two.
Izzy has had successes here in the Hybrid School of Wrestling ring. She has made great partnerships. She's made great wins, but Celine is showing her strength and her ability to overpower Izzy. But Izzy, she has the will, the sheer power of soul. Her soul is strong enough to withstand some of this stuff.
Well, that turnbuckle is strong enough to withstand the skull of Izzy bouncing off of it as she finds herself back in enemy territory. Kalientita, the legal woman now, hooks Izzy Moreno, got things. There it is. Suplex. Brings her over. Kali goes for the pin.
And is mild at best. Not as hot as she thought it was. Izzy was able to get out. She stomps again on the back, on the spine of Izzy, who's trying to get herself back on top, but she's unfortunately on the wrong side. This is not a great place for Izzy. She's trying to figure out what she can do next to get out of this. Look at this! They're holding her down!
Holding her down. I mean, Kalientita's holding her down with her feet stomping on the chest of Izzy, keeping her in the corner. As Floyd Curl kept arguing with Kalientita, unprofessional of the referee to be arguing with the competitors like that. I can't believe he did that, quite honestly.
Unprofessional with her teammates, holding her back into the corner. Izzy Moreno struggling. She's getting choked out, quite literally.
What are you talking about? I didn't see all that. What I saw was Floyd Curl neglecting his duties, quite honestly, trying to get involved and get in Kalientita's face. Thankfully, she managed to get away from him, get back on the attack, draping her leg across Izzy Moreno's back, using that ring rope to just restrict the airway of this young competitor. Kalientita back on the attack, that double axe handle across the back.
And again, across the, come on, this, you know what this is called? Desperation. She doesn't know exactly how to get over on Izzy because she knows that any time Izzy will get back up, use the energy from the fans. Oh, jeez.
Desperation, if that's what desperation looks like, then being desperate is a good thing to be. As Kalientita is in control of this match. Just that hard kick to the back of Izzy Moreno did not keep her down for the three, but you got to think Kalientita's mind is right in the right spot as she gets this wrist lock on Izzy Moreno again, just picking a limb and wearing it down.
I don't think showing off is having your mind in the right spot, because she's sitting there in front of her former tag team, Gia Michel, and she's trying to show how tough she is. But again, we have the women's champion on the other corner. How tough really can you be if you're not going to play fair?
Play fair? What's unfair about it? It's one-on-one. Both these women in the middle of the ring. It's not Kali's fault if Izzy just can't take it, if she just can't hold up to the assault of Kalientita. She does try to go for the backslide for the pin, and one more time.
Not quite, but she's still working at it. Izzy Moreno, she's trying to find her in. All she needs is one moment to lock it in. Lock everything she's got into it, and armbar, anything. She's got to get Izzy in the right mindset, and Izzy's getting there slowly but surely. She's getting there.
She's getting there. She's on mat. That's the only place that she's going right now as Kalientita brings her back over.
Ridley Thorne, come on.
What? Ridley Thorne is a part of this match. Suplex takes Izzy Moreno over.
All she's got to do is inch her way over to her corner and make the fresh tag.
That's all she's got to do. That's not quite all she's got to do, Doc. She's got to do all that and deal with Ridley Thorne just having her way with her in the ring as she hits that big leg drop. And there you go, just like that, directly to what I was saying, Doc. Ridley Thorne, just excellent ring awareness in my oh-so-humble opinion. Ridley Thorne locking in that rear chin lock, putting her body in between Izzy and her teammates, making sure that she is that barrier, making sure they stay in control.
Well, Izzy right now is trying to take control back as a big clubbing blow comes down on Izzy's spine from Ridley Thorne. She's a bruiser, I get you, but Ridley Thorne does not account for the fact that,
She doesn't account for what, Doc? She doesn't account for just having her way with whoever she wants in that ring. She doesn't account for being the bigger, stronger person no matter who she's in there with. Is that what you're talking about?
She doesn't account for the fact that Izzy Moreno always comes back fired up, ready for more, because she's always given the side eye. But Izzy Moreno knows how to use that to her advantage. She's on the top rope. Ridley Thorne really taking advantage of Izzy while she's stuck up there. But she's also taking time to talk too much to the audience.
I don't know, Doc. You've been talking a lot about how Izzy's got the heart and the fire within her. I'm not seeing that from her, quite honestly. I'm seeing a girl who is way out of her depth.
Oh, sparks fly. Let's see if we can get Ridley down, stuck to the ground, because that is what I'm talking about. Izzy Moreno knows exactly when to take her moment, and that was the moment.
And that sparks fly crossbody. You're absolutely right, Doc. That could be the opening that they needed if Izzy can get to one of her tag team partners, but Ridley Thorne might get there first.
All Izzy's got to do is stretch her arm out, make that tag to either one, and she's got key vibes. She's going to vibe all over Celine.
She's going to what? I'm sorry?
I'm not going to repeat that.
Key vibes. The queen of hybrid taking it to Kalientita. All three of these women now been on the receiving end of punishment from Key Vibes. Celine Hysteria, jumping lariat gets thrown to the middle of the ring. Key Vibes giving Kalientita one for her trouble.
Just sharing is caring, Mike.
Well, apparently, you gotta think Key Vibes isn't done.
Oh boy, both. Oh, yes!
Double drop kick takes him down. You gotta think if you're Key Vibes, Gia Michel, or Izzy, it's exactly the reversal of fortune you wanted. Hits the code breaker on Celine Hysteria. Is this gonna be it?
All it takes is one. Oh, Ridley Thorne.
Ridley Thorne doing the right thing, making the save for her team. Gia Michel with a German suplex, good God!
And Gia Michel also doing the right thing for her team.
A snap German suplex. Ridley Thorne landed on the back of her head. Those two brawling on the outside. Key Vibes in the corner. Gia Michel still going on the outside. Izzy Moreno fighting Kalientita. Celine Hysteria fighting Key Vibes.
It's breaking down. Floyd's going to have to take control of this. There's too many people in the ring, each one at their opponent. But it looks like Las Cholas or Las Jainas are actually in control.
That's right. You get it right, Doc. Ridley Thorne just hard chopped the Key Vibes in the corner. Celine Hysteria driving these shoulders to Gia Michel in the corner. And let's not forget Kalientita firing those chops off against Izzy Moreno in the third, definitely not the least corner.
Oh, yes! No. And all three ready to eat some net. And we have, wait, we're going to get it. We only need three. Yes! Yes! fantastic match, great win, but I have one question in my mind. Is this going to stick? Because they make great tag team partners, all three of them. But Michel has had issues with the other two and her team. Oh, we got the friendship bracelet.
Well, this may be answering your question here, Doc. Michel taking the bracelet, hugging it out with Izzy in the middle of the ring.
Izzy Moreno giving props to the champ.
There you go.
Sure, she shares in the accolades with her teammates. We're going to see what Michel